What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back. Sooner Surge live show Saturday night. Thanks for joining us. Day before Father's Day. Thanks for joining me, I should say, not us, because right now it's just me, myself, and I. So you're going to have to deal with me tonight. Chat and Chester's in here with the usual saying. Appreciate it, Chester. We got Peter. We got Sean. A lot of the Teresa. How y'all doing tonight? We'll see if anybody else joins me, Hunter or Jeremy, in a little bit or not. But yeah, just going to get on here and chat with you guys a little bit tonight because it's Saturday night and football season's getting closer. What's up, John? How are you? And tomorrow's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day. I'll say it right now off the top before we get too far into the show in case I forget. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Let me ask you this in the chat. As a dad, okay, because I was asked this weekend, hey, what do you want to do tomorrow for Father's Day? Where do you want to go eat? What do you want to do? What is it you would like to do tomorrow on Father's Day? Drop it in the chat. If your family is saying, hey, what do you want to do on Father's Day? Drop it in there. I'd like to see your comments, see what you would like to do tomorrow. You know, me, honestly, I told the family, I was like, you know what? I honestly would like to, after we go to church, go out to eat somewhere and then just kind of relax. A lot of times I like to go see a movie as a family, and there's some good movies out right now. Mission Impossible's out, the new Lilo and Stitch movie. I think How to Train Your Dragon. I would prefer Mission Impossible. Those are one of my favorite movies anyway. But I'm with some of y'all that say just relax. I'm with you. No yard work, nothing. Just relax with the family and hang out. Maybe find a pool somewhere and sit by it. That'd be great for me. But drop it in the chat. I see some good stuff. Sleep, rest. Storms today. We had a few, not much tonight though. Brett, happy Father's Day. He says, happy Father's Day to Sean Kemp, Travis. Rest with some cold ones, Gray God. Brett says, taking the kids to the arcade and a donut shop, telling the family to not slave for me and just let me have fun with it. Hey, that's great. Hey, speaking of donuts, I like donuts. We don't eat them too often, but I must say, here where I'm at, there's a new donut shop that I have not eaten at yet. That is the new rave of town. Everybody's talking about this new donut shop in Northwest Arkansas called Parlor Donuts. I guess they're really good, so I may have to try it out. But yeah, they have a lot of kids, Brett. Telling the family to not slave for me and just let me have fun with them. There you go. That's good stuff. Parlor. Yeah. Wait, Brett, have you had it? Let me know, man, because I haven't had it yet, but all people around here that tell me you got to go there, but I'm kind of afraid to go because I don't want to get like hooked where I want to go all the time because I don't eat donuts that often. Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of, Brett. I don't want to sit there and, hey, next weekend, let's go again. Let's go. I don't want to do that. So I'll get them every one of these days. Hey, a lot to talk about tonight, kind of. But you have the Thunder. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the Thunder tonight, probably because it's 2 days away. I wish they played tomorrow night, but they don't. So they play on Monday night, 7:30. A lot of stuff on Twitter today about Shea and the baseline shot and the push off and all that. So, I mean, we could talk about that. Football, you got big recruiting weekends for some other schools. I mean, Texas has got a big weekend. I'm sure you saw the Lamborghinis there. It's a big weekend for them. Jake Krull, the big defensive end, 5-star visiting. Oklahoma had some camps, but their big weekend is next weekend, June 20th. That's the one. June 20th, next weekend will be a big weekend for the Sooners for sure. And it could be a big weekend for the Thunder too if they're the world champions. Brett says, I was curious if the mystique of the Thunder has drowned out anyone's enthusiasm. Okay, let me say this. Yeah, a lot of people talking about this, Chester. Let me say this. I think the College World Series so far has been kind of blah. I've watched a few. Blah. I mean, Arkansas, obviously, where I'm at, it's big time. Everybody wants them to win. Everybody's watching it. Omaha shirts everywhere. They just didn't get the bats going tonight. So you had that. I just think in the U.S. Open, Sam Burns is pretty good. He's leading it. You got Victor Hovland up there. You got Adam Scott right in the middle of it. But I was hoping for Scheffler to be a little higher up and maybe Rory and some of those guys. But I'll probably watch the U.S. Open tomorrow on Father's Day. Just have it on in the background. I won't sit there and watch it crazy but I'll have it on. 918. I'm glad you brought this up. Josiah Jefferson, the answer. I don't know. Legacy guy. Obviously, everybody knows Tony Jefferson, but Josiah Jefferson. You know a name I saw they offered today, or maybe it was yesterday. I saw something. Charlie Kohler, tight end, went to Iowa State. His younger brother, Ben, I think it is, Ben Kohler, OU offered. So, and he plays tight end. So, I think he might be 2027 class, but I don't know. 918. Tight end for Oklahoma has just been a position where when you think about just the top 3 or 4 or 5 tight ends in the country coming out of high school, other than Devon Mitchell, like, you got a really good tight end in Devon Mitchell, and look what happened. So, I don't know. I just want somebody that produces. I could really, honestly, and this is an honest take here, I could care less if the guy's a 4 or 5 star. I don't care what the guy's ranked. As long as he produces on the field at tight end, that's all I care about. I don't think you necessarily have to have a 5-star tight end for them to go out there and be pretty good and really good in your offense. I think you just need a guy that's a really good player. Doesn't matter if they're ranked. I think tight end sometimes is coming out of high school. It's hard to kind of rank some of those guys. Personal opinion. 6'5", 230 is very nice size. 918, very nice. Kohler was from Norman, too lazy to recruit him. He was skinny but very young. He grew into a monster. Yeah, and his younger brother, Ben, I think. If I'm wrong with that, somebody correct me because I'm by myself. I have no buddy to kind of tell me if I'm wrong, except for you guys in the chat, which I'm sure you will. But I just want somebody to produce at tight end. Everybody's whining about Joe John Finley, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm with you. He hasn't produced as a coach for tight ends, developing and really recruiting other than Devon Mitchell. So, yeah, we all want to see it, but I don't really care about recruiting rankings for a tight end as much. Just go get a guy that can suit up and play and do their job, be a good blocker, catch the ball, make plays. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have a Mark Andrews, but at this point, I'm sure there's other guys that weren't nearly as good as Mark Andrews that OU would take right now in a heartbeat. I mean, you could go down the list at Oklahoma after Mark Andrews. I mean, you had Calcaterra was really good. He was going to be really good at Oklahoma. There's a few other guys. Who was the guy that got injured? Was that – I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Braden Willis. I thought Braden Willis was pretty good for Oklahoma. Purple Olin wants a tight end from the Midwest. Okay. Chuck, good to see you on her, man. Thanks for joining us tonight, or me tonight. Appreciate it. You will never know if anyone is there until you see them play for you, excluding John Mateer, Ott, and whoever else we are high on. Nothing wrong with the excitement, but we just have to wait and see. I mean, that's a great comment, and I agree. I agree 100%, Chuck. All this stuff, you can talk about any player, but until you see it on the field, it is a wait and see. And that's why a lot of things are wait and see with Oklahoma right now. Okay, Ben, that is correct. Ben Kohler, 2027. Recruiting's crazy to me. How it just like I saw, I think Stacy Ford, he's on the staff with Jim Nagy. He tweeted out yesterday, I think Boomer, and then he tweeted out today, 2027 class or 2027s. Here we go. So I think it's crazy how fast it moves. Already looking at 2027, guys. That's just, it's a nonstop process, recruiting is, and it's hard to keep up with, I'll be honest. Charlie Kohler, 6'6", Little Bro, 6'3". I'll take 6'3". I mean, golly, he's 2027 class, which would make him a sophomore. Is that right? Or junior? Going in as junior, possibly. Yeah, okay. But still, he's got room to grow. He's got time. Yeah, great quarterback, Braden. Braden was. Great quarterback, Mac. Oh, you saw Paul in the portal? I don't know. I mean, can you get anybody to not go to Texas Tech, Ron? Because that's where they're all going. Yeah, so sophomore, man, he's got plenty of time to grow even more. Yeah, hey, Midwest is really good at tight ends. I would agree. And maybe that bodes well for Kanik. Kanik out of Kansas. I don't know if anybody saw his Instagram post or Twitter post. It was a great caption. You have to go see it. Look him up. It was pretty funny caption. He's pretty good social media, I have to admit. Hey, 918. They have some absolute studs. And I believe one of those two, I'm trying to remember which one, the OT, I think it was a defensive tackle, actually, 918. Name escapes me right now. Sorry. I'm sure you know it, but was a surprise visit. I think he just showed up. They weren't expecting him to be there. Maybe I'm off base on that, but I don't think I am. But he showed up and got some work in. And I saw a quote where he said, man, I got a lot better this at camp. I got a lot better, which, hey, when you go to camps, I mean, what I think a lot of people don't talk about it. Yeah, you look at these guys and you think, okay, these guys are great. These guys are great. 2027. And you're trying to build relationships with them. But if I was a parent of a recruit in the 2026, 2027 class, and I'm at camps, my opinion, now this is different for everybody. So Jalen Brewster, thank you. Jalen Brewster, thanks, Jimmy, and 918. If I was a parent and my kid was in one of those camps, the number one thing I would look at, I know you can talk about NIL down the road, when you're getting ready to sign, getting ready to commit. The number one thing I'm looking at as a parent is development and how the coaches coach at these camps. And I think that's where you can kind of maybe set yourself apart as a staff from other schools is, hey, yeah, there's going to be money involved in NIL. There's all this stuff. But at these camps, how do they develop me? How do they coach me up? I think there's so much in that is very important to these players at that age. And when you got a guy like defensive tackle, a guy like Todd Bates coaching you up, you're going to get better. Bill Beatenbow, I think you're going to get better. That's the thing. Those two guys are really good coaches. I think developing players. I just do. I mean, say what you want about Bill Beatenbow. He had a couple bad recruiting classes, I think, but I think he's getting it back around. And everybody knows I think he can coach. So, oh my gosh, 918. He's going to be unbelievable. And Fort Gibson, like if they don't land Cooper Hackett out of Fort Gibson, I'll be very disappointed because he's going to be unbelievable. He really is. And he's right there. I mean, you got Teddy Lehman's school there, legacy player. Let's see. They cheated in what development school has won a national championship? Michigan. Hey, I'm confused, Sooner Cowboy. Are you saying that Georgia doesn't develop players? Alabama doesn't develop players? I think you took this way out of context, Sooner Cowboy. Sorry if I'm misreading this. I never said don't pay for players. I never said you don't have to pay. I said these camps are important to these players and their parents as far as how they're being coached up. I did not say don't pay players, not even close to that. Please don't take that out of context. I did not say that at all. Bates, best position coach you've had in a decade other than maybe Gundy. Yeah, you can't let him go. And I think Venables and him is such a good relationship. I don't think he's going anywhere. Now, Soonerthon says, until you have a kid who's going to be paid 200, 300 grand, can't really say for sure how you handle as a parent or a player. Handle what? What are you saying, Soonerthon? Is this something in the chat? I'm trying to keep up, but maybe you're talking about something in the chat. I'm saying me personally. I think if I was a parent, I think everybody know for instance, these top players that are at Oklahoma right now for this camp, the number one OT, Cooper Hackett, number one defense tackle, Brewster. Everybody knows when you're ranked that high, you're going to get paid wherever you go. You're going to get paid. to me, it's about, and at this time, when you're still 2 years away from when you're going to be at a school, I think you're looking at development and coaching in this scenario more than you are money right now. That's all I'm saying. I think money's down the road. I think right now you're maybe looking at, okay, man, I really liked, I think Bates could really help me get to the next level. I think you're looking at that. I'm not saying that's the end all. So please hear me out there. I think, I don't know if it's not coming across right over the airways here, but that's what I'm saying. Georgia and Bama paid players early, I think. Saban quit because it got too expensive. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, Bates is the most important coach on staff. And you're right. Everybody in this chat probably thought when Brent Venables came over, the most important hire was Todd Bates because they want a defensive line to be back at Oklahoma. Chester, you talk about it all the time. They want a defensive line back at Oklahoma, and he's the guy to do it, and he's doing it. I mean, look at the defensive lines back where it's best it's been a long time, maybe in really, really, really long time. Yeah, paid him out of high school and developed him. Okay. I'm specifically talking about these camps, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Zia's dropping some guys in here. Cornerback, 6'1", as in 2027. That's really good. Really good measurables there. Hall is pretty good. I think Hall's pretty good too. Let me just do this. I think this is we're kind of on this recruiting stuff. Here's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to drop in the chat in the correct order, your top 3 recruiters on OU staff currently. Give me your top 3 on the staff currently. Specific for recruiting, not developing, not coaching, recruiting. Who are your top 3 for Oklahoma right now on the staff? Go. Put it in the chat. I'd love to see some of your takes on this because I think there's going to be some different ones. And we can kind of look at it and see. But 918, Bates, Hall, BB. Bates, Hall, Emmett Jones. Bates, Hall, Chavis. Bates, Hall, Beatembo. Bates, Jones, Chavis. Okay. Movie clips and random stuff. Bates, Chavis, Hall. Bates, Beatembo, Bates, or Murray. Oh, okay. John got Murray up there. I would go this way. I would go Bates, Hall, Beatembo. That's where I'd go right now. Arbuckle, I think it's just too early to tell, but I think he's going to be a really good recruiter. The reason I would go with those guys is they've all landed 5-star players. Think about this. Bates, Hall, Beatembo. Every one of them have landed a 5-star player. Can't say the same about Emmett Jones yet. So that's why I'm going with that, is based off that. Now, I see the people saying Chavis. Here's my problem. I think Chavis is too. But for some reason, I put him in with Bates as almost like a tag team duo. It's I just put them. Now, Chavis did have PG. I guess you're right. So you could throw Chavis in there. I'm just saying I kind of put him with Bates because I think they kind of work tandem a lot. Because let's face facts. Some of these guys that are defensive ends may be middles. Some guys, I mean, they move them around on the line. But you're right, Chester. I can see this argument. Chavis has been really good. I just have him kind of lumped in with Bates. But I love the way Chavis recruits. He's gotten stellar guys on the line. So, I mean, I think that's fair. Emmett Jones, to me, has not landed the guy at receiver yet. So until that I can't put him above. I mean, you got Hall. And listen, I'm not sitting here. I know who the lead recruiter is for each of these guys. I'm going off position. But, Hall did have Peyton Bowen. So, I mean, so as far as 5 stars, 918 says, you would be right, Jason. I like EJ, he hasn't recruited anyone special. Yeah, there you go. I think that's well said, 918. And you're right. I think ET could change that. But even if he does, based off recruiting, he hasn't landed like the guy, like everybody wants. Does that make Does that make sense? I don't know. And Sooner Cowboy says, and Bryant Wesco or DeCorey Moore. Now, Bryant Wesco, I believe that was before Emmett Jones, was it not? I did see a DeMarco Murray. I did not see Joe John Finley yet. And I don't think you will see that tonight, Cherry. I don't think you'll see it at all. Yeah, Hardy Boys, baby. I like it. I like that comparison. Bryant Wesco, was he not before? I think he was before Emmett Jones, wasn't he? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe that was Emmett Jones' first year. For some reason, I think LaDamian Washington was there at the time, but that's kind of what I was thinking. But I may be off base. I'm off a lot. Speaking of off, man, mosquitoes are bad this year, aren't they? Need to get me some of that off. Yeah, Kearney, I was high on too, but it just didn't perform last year. And here's the thing. Those receivers last year had the opportunity to really show out. That's one thing you could say from last year is they had so many opportunities for those young guys to like really perform and show out at freshmen, and they didn't really do a lot. And partially, probably because of the offense they were running, Seth Luttrell, Joe John Finley, and also quarterback. I mean, they just all around last year, it's hard to gauge what really. So I think it wasn't a fair, really, maybe even a fair assessment for those guys at receiver last year. Let's see what they do this year. But you know what? I'll say this. If the freshmen last year get passed up by the freshmen this year playing time, then I think it's fair to say you missed out on those guys if they're already getting passed up by the new guys. So we'll see what happens and who plays and how much they play. Yeah, ticks are bad too. Ticks are really bad. But let's see. Thomas 5-star. Elijah Thomas was not a 5-star. Is that what you're saying, Mess? Or are you saying he's going to be a 5-star receiver? He was not a 5-star receiver out of high school in your book. Okay, I get that. I'm just going off rankings, though, guys. Yeah, we all have our favorites. I love Elijah Thomas. I think what he does when he gets the ball in his hands is elite. I think he's really good at making people miss. He's really good about yards after the catch. He's got good hands. I mean, I think he's going to be a good player. You saw his athleticism, did you not? Did you see him dunking the ball? I mean, there's guys in the college basketball dunk contest that can't do what he just did the other night. So that's exciting. We'll see how much he plays, what kind of PT he gets this year. But I am excited about him. I would agree. If you can't throw the ball or the line did not block, they did not have a lot of shots. Raggins played 300 snaps. And yeah, they didn't. I agree. They didn't have a lot of shots last year. Yeah, top 150 in the country. So we talked about this the other night. I mean, the last 5-star receiver to OU that landed would have been back with Trajan Bridges and that group. There hasn't been a guy after that. But man, what was CeeDee Lamb's like overall ranking? Somebody can look that up. I can't look it up while I'm talking, but maybe somebody can look that up for me. What was his overall, like what player out of high school was he? I mean, you're saying Thomas top 150. What was CeeDee Lamb? I'm trying to remember on that. I'm sure somebody will get it here. Hey, thanks, Peter, for agreeing with me. I don't know about what, but I know he's 4-star. Yeah, I know 4-star, but I'm saying like how high up was he on the rankings? Why am I going off stars and not off productivity? Because I'm not personally. Are you talking about why I'm picking these recruiters the way I am? 246. Wow. Look at that. Nationally ranked 72. Chuck, I'm just saying like a lot of people, when you look at recruiting, you say, okay, they landed this 5-star. They landed this like Fasusi for BB. Bates has landed a couple. Yeah, I agree with you. Production's the most important thing. I'm with you, Chuck. I'm on the same page. I'm not sitting there saying stars matter more than production. But I do think, and I think in certain positions, stars might be more accurate than all the positions. I don't think stars are accurate in every position because I just think they're not. Composite 148. Stars absolutely matter. I don't know who this is, if that's Hunter, if that's Jeremy. Productions matter. It's one of the two of them. It's Hunter or Jeremy or Jackson, maybe. I don't know who that is with Sooner Surge, but what I'm saying, they're saying stars matter, production matter. Soul mission matters. I guarantee you that's Jeremy. Right there. That's Jeremy. Based on that comment, that's Jeremy. Those three in a row, that's Jeremy. And also, money matters. Also, the way it's being put in this chat is Jeremy, because when Jeremy texts, he does it. You do not want to be in a group chat with Jeremy. You're seeing why. It's spamming, because he does that in a group text too. It's two words. Instead of putting all on one comment, he has to get them out there like boo, 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 boo. So that's him. That's Jeremy. What's up, Germ? Jeremy on a mission trip. So kudos to Germ. Just prayers for their mission that they're doing in Colorado. He's with his whole family on a mission trip. So I think that's cool. You matter. That's not directed at me. I think that's probably people in the chat. No, it's probably at me too. But yeah, there you go. Hope you're doing good, Germ. Hope you've made it to your destination. So context matters. Stars don't matter. Disagree, Mess. I disagree, bud. Stars do matter. Now, you could change this comment a little bit and maybe make it, I think, more accurate. When you say CeeDee Lamb kicked the ranker in the first round. Yeah, I get it. Listen, Mess. There are players that aren't highly ranked that turn out amazing. There are also players that are very highly ranked that end up not being good. But I think the percentage of players that are highly ranked that turn out good and the percentage of players that are lowly ranked and don't turn out good are I guess there's more of them that do that. The percentage of is higher. So I think stars do matter. And you're not getting national championships with a team full of 3 stars. If yes or no, Mess, can you win a national championship in college football with 3 stars on your team? All 3 stars, no 4 or 5 stars. Answer that question for me, Mess. Occasionally, stars don't matter, and there are occasions. I would agree. I'm not saying this that for everything. Do the evaluation. Yeah, I know. I understand. Yeah, I said this earlier, and I agree. Chuck, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. It's a great day. Hope everybody gets to celebrate. Savage, Mackey, and Fagan won a championship. Lamb didn't. But Germ, there's more to a team than 3 wide receivers, bro. And that is an outlier. That team, you're right, Germ. The last time OU won a national championship in 2000, they did not have a bunch of 5 stars on that team. I get it. I see you're being devil's advocate. I don't know what you're arguing. If Lamb or Savage is better, Lamb's better, Germ. I don't understand. Who is better at their position? CeeDee Lamb. What's the take here? I'm confused. Yeah, I know. I'm bad about reading the comments. Sometimes I shouldn't. I don't know where Blue moved to. That team, has it happened since then? I'm trying to think. Since OU in 2000, what would be the next, since 2000, what's the team with the lowest amount of, like, you would say 4 or 5 stars on it to win a national championship? What year would you have to go back to? Somebody help me out here in the chat. Well, let's think about this for a second. Let's debrief this. Since 2000, which team would you say was the least talented? And I don't think OU was not talented at all in 2000. I think they were talented. I think they were very talented. I just don't think they had, when you talk about some of the 5 stars. But that team, hey, guys, let's hold up a little bit on the 2000 team. They had players in the NFL from that team, okay? And good ones. So it's not like they didn't have anybody. So let's hold up a little bit on that. That 2000 team had players in the NFL. Clemson. Jimmy says Clemson. FSU, Michigan, Stars definitely matter, Platone says. A few years ago, ESPN did something showing that 5-star guys were 30 times more likely to end up in the NFL Hall of Fame. Yeah. So they do matter. That's what I'm saying. The percentage of those guys that make it is higher than the ones that don't. Some don't, but the percentage is higher. Yeah. Same could be said about NBA. I mean, you could go other sports too. Mess, I understand this. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on this, man. There are 3 stars that turn out great. I am 100% with you. But you also have to admit that having 5-star guys matter too, though. I mean, you can't just sit here and say you can't always get those guys that 3-star to turn out to be great. 2010 Auburn, yeah, he threw that team on his back, man, like that. 2013 Florida State, was that Jameis Winston year? Team needs to step up like 5 stars. I agree with you. I agree. Coming soon, I think, Lori. Coming soon, I think you'll see some pop. I agree with you. This is a great comment, Sooner Thrawn, and I agree. Much harder in the new college football with 4-game playoffs, NIL and portal. It's way different now. I agree. A lot more difficult. Individual achievements. Any star matters. It's how they're developed and used on the team. I agree. You can be a 5-star and not develop, because 5 stars do have to be developed too. I think 918 or Mess or Jimmy, somebody said it earlier that Alabama, they paid players, they develop players, they recruit. Like, you got to have all of it. You really do. You can't just bring a 5-star in and just, hey, go at it, man. You'll be great. No, they got to be developed too. That's a good point, Daniel. Okay, Auburn 2010 had 0 5-stars. And he was a JUCO guy, correct. 2007 LSU. Who was the quarterback on that 2000? That's a trivia question for night. Hunter, I think Hunter jumped on. You may have to look this up. Who was the quarterback for LSU in the 2007 national championship game against Oklahoma? Who was the quarterback for LSU that year? I'll know it when I see it, but I haven't looked it up. But that's a trivia question. Yeah, making the NFL would be a really great achievement too, Chuck. I agree. Not just the Hall of Fame. Only a small, minute people make it the NFL, and a very much small people make it to the Hall of Fame. Okay, 2000 LSU was LSU Ohio State. Yeah, what year was I saying? What did I say? I was thinking 2003. Sorry, 2004. John got it. Matt Flynn. Wow, Matt Flynn. By the way, Matt Flynn made a bunch of money in the NFL. A buttload of money in the NFL. And wait, I think we have a special guest right now, maybe. Let me see. What's up, Germ?
Hey, you got me?
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to be popping on tonight.
Had a few minutes, thought I'd pop on. I see you guys talking about stars mattering or stars not. It's always a good conversation.
Yeah, man. It is. So that's what we've been talking about. Not a whole lot going on football-wise. So I saw you texting in the comments there, Jerm. So, hey, make sure you check out the FanStop, thefanstop.com. Code Surge, 10% off your first 3 months. Check them out. I know Father's Day is over, but still go ahead and order a subscription shirt for your dad. Do it for anybody in your family. It's great, officially licensed. You can't beat it. They also got hats like this. I mean, who doesn't want an upside-down Longhorn hat, right? So, thefanstop.com. Yeah, man, look at this. Matt Mock, 2004.
Look, I just want to ask one. I really got on there to ask one question. I know I was spamming the chat, but I got to ask one question for anyone who says stars don't matter. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have 5 stars? And if the answer is yes, then you're saying stars matter. That's all I got.
Yeah, but the ones, he's gone. See ya. I guess he's out. All right. So I think the ones that are saying the 3 stars might say they'd rather have 3 stars, Sherm. Yeah.
There's no way people would rather have 3 stars.
I think people will say that just to keep their argument, Jerem.
Now, can a 3-star be as good as a 5-star in college? Absolutely. Would I rather Would I rather have 3 stars? Absolutely not.
Well, and Dalpose is right. They matter, just not always accurate. That's right. And that's what Mess was saying, I think. No, he wouldn't, Sooner Cowboy. He absolutely wouldn't. Come on now. BV wants the best players he can get. So Flynn was paid big bucks by Seattle. Yeah. And he played at Green Bay. He played at Seattle. Was that it? For some reason, I want to think there was another team. Now, hey, Benjamin, Michigan had better players than people thought that year because who was the edge guy? Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, they had some dudes on that team.
Now, what they also had, though, Jane, I think you could take
JJ McCarthy's really good, too.
Jay, I think you could take that Michigan team that won it all with Jim Harbaugh, and there were some comparisons to that team and OU's 2000 team. And the main comparison was the amount of veteran leadership or amount of players that had been there a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old guys.
That's just like Germany.
OU's got some of one, Jay. OU's got some of those old guys.
Name them.
R. Mason Thomases of the world.
Yep.
And I mean, Dominique Williams, Grayson Halton's been in the program a while. I think guys like Kip Lewis, Cope, they're not old, but they got some guys, Jay, that have been around. They got some guys that have played a lot of ball and even started at a young age and are still playing. I think that's good.
Yeah, I agree. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man? Hardball did a good job with that squad. I mean, too many older players transferring out. That's right. That's a good point, Jenna. They really did hang on to most of them, specifically the ones that really that were important and played a key role in that, and them winning the championship. So that team was good. That team was a really good team, man. Mess says the rankers can't even agree on their star rank. There are 4 lists with players moving up and down like a yo-yo. Well, it's hard. It's hard to rank a Mess if it is.
Jay, I'm not saying the rankers are doing their doing an accurate job. I think there's a lot of subjectivity to it. That wasn't the argument. The argument was, do stars matter? Overall, I would say yes, they do. But it doesn't mean a 3-star can't be as good as a 5-star on the field. But the rankings, to me, that is a field, Jay. That's an area that has gotten way more publicity. And there's so many people in those roles now. You didn't used to have multiple evaluators. So there's no telling what rubrics they're using, what criteria they're looking at.
Yeah, that's true. Injuries, a previous player played a factor into quite a few of those. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Stars matter 100%. Yeah, man. What's the weather like there, Jerm?
Well, I'll just say this. I'll just say this. I drove today a 4-hour span where I couldn't see. I could barely see the road. The rain and the wind was pushing. It was very intense. Thank God we got here safely, though. I mean, it's been raining a lot, been windy, but it's good weather out. It's good weather out right now. Hey, and I'm excited just to be here with the family. Jay, I know I'm going to pop on kind of throughout the week. Try to be here when I can, but I just want to say kudos for running this thing. And you guys, I'm going to get off here, but good seeing everyone on here again, as always. I knew the usuals would be on here as they always are.
Yeah. Hey, I asked earlier what everybody's going to do for Father's Day. You got a pretty good Father's Day tomorrow on mission trip with all your family there with you. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, it'll be great. Yeah.
Yep. All right, man.
Hey,
see you.
You guys all have a good one, man.
All right. See you, man.
See you.
Yeah. So, hey, one thing I do have to say now, this isn't a soapbox, but I'm going to say, I saw a comment earlier. And this kind of goes back to last night a little bit, but I saw a comment on Bevo in here earlier. So let me just say this, and you can not like this. That's fine. But I'm going to say, I wanted to say it last night, forgot to say it at the end of the show, but I'm going to say it tonight. Okay. This is not just with the Thunder, it's with OU or whatever, but as a fan, okay, like last night, the Thunder were losing that game. The Thunder ended up winning the game. And I saw a lot of people on the live show that seemed like they cared more that the Thunder won so they could shove it in Bevo's face or Eric instead of being happy that the Thunder won. It's almost like if the Thunder were losing, they were worried about coming on the live show because Bevo was going to be on there and Bevo was going to be talking smack. Listen, very clearly, I could care less what opinions Bevo has. It doesn't bother me, okay? And some of us should be the same way. I care about the Thunder winning. I care about the Sooners winning. I don't care to come on here and, Thunder won, Bevo, you're wrong. Like some people, all that to me is telling they're living rent-free in your head. Rent-free in your head if you're so worried about it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't care about some of the opinions, honestly. I really don't. But I'm just, that's a little soapbox. Sorry if you hate it, but just root for your freaking team and be happy that your team won. And never, ever, ever as a fan be like, oh man, Thunder lost. Now I got to deal with Bevo. Who cares? Be mad your team lost. That's the most important thing. I don't care about anything else. Let's talk sports and why the team lost and not worried about other people's opinions. Anyway, whatever. Sorry about the soapbox. I just had to get it off. Yeah, right. It's right, Jenna. Worry about your team. And in the same way, I'll say this. I don't ever want to be the person that OU wins and go, ha, 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 look at you. Just be happy OU won. If OU wins a national championship, I could care less what Texas fans think about it. And I'm not going to go on a Texas channel and say, look, OU beat them. Like, I'm happy OU won. That's what I want to happen. I want OU to win. I want the Thunder to win, period. Yeah, it is so overused, though. You're right. Living rent-free. And I just use it, Daniel. But yeah. Hey, I'm at Hunter. Can you drop the link for the call-in? I'm going to take a few call-ins before we get off here tonight. But yeah, drop the link. Call in if you'd like to chat. If there's something you want to talk about. There it is right there. Boom. There's the link. Call in. Platone says, agree 100%. I don't understand why people get so riled up about we are having fun watching sports, having a great fan. We're blessed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, just let's talk sports. This is good to see. I do think a lot of people like dropping it all the time, but I'm kind of with you, 918. Let's get to Platone. Platone, you're on the line, man.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
Doing good, man. How are you?
All right. I wanted to talk about a couple of things, related to one. I wanted to bring up Texas Tech softball program. Okay, so they're obviously buying a lot of players, which is fine. More power to them. I think I think you're going to see this more and more. Not with softball necessarily, but with just the more minor sports. I think there's a lot of colleges out there that decide, look, we can't pay $50 million for a football program, but we can pay, $3 million or $5 million to get our name out there for like a gymnastics program or a softball program or a swim program. I think we're going to see this more and more, and it's actually good for the lesser, like, not. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. For the athletes that aren't, don't get the high, marquee names like the football, basketball players, because in the past they kind of just would have been ignored, I feel like. And so I think it's a positive development. If Texas Tech wants to buy an elite softball program, then more power to them. I'm fine with that. But I think that's going to be an ongoing trend. I think programs like Tech that know they don't have the resources to compete for football necessarily will choose to spend their money on the lesser tier sports. And I think you're going to see that across the country more and more. It wouldn't surprise me if you'll see a program somewhere that wants to be, an elite swimming program or things like that, and they're willing to pay NIL money for that. So that's my first point I wanted to make. Second thing, I had a question for you, and I'm curious about your take on this and the chats too. I was looking at a high school football recruiting in the state of Oklahoma, and obviously Oklahoma's a small state. I think we have a little bit of 4 million people, something like that. And I was comparing them to some of the other states. It looks on any average year, and the state of Oklahoma may have maybe 3 or 4 4-star recruits. I know it varies. Some years we have more. I think last year we had 6 or something like that. It seems like the average is somewhere between 3 to 5. But if you compare it to other states that are small like us, like, for example, look at Louisiana. Louisiana only has about 500K more people than Oklahoma, but man, they got like 10, 12 4-stars. They have triple the amount of recruits that we have. And I don't know why that is. Does Louisiana, they invest a lot in their high school programs like Texas does or something? I mean, I can understand Texas having a massive, they have a big footprint because they have, a bunch more people. But even the smaller states seem to have more more elite high school players than we do. And I don't know if there's a reason for that or it's just random or what's the deal with that.
Platone, I mean, I think Oklahoma's pretty good football wise, but it doesn't compare to the ones you mentioned. But I don't know the reason for it, except I just think there's so much talent there. I don't really know how else to put it. I just think it's loaded with talent. It's been a hotbed for years. I mean, but I think you look at OU's Oklahoma. I mean, not OU, but Oklahoma. The next few years, there's some really good players out of Oklahoma. But Louisiana is a different animal. I think even like I think Ohio. I've heard from people that Ohio high school football is unbelievable. I mean, but I think Oklahoma's really good as far as high school football. And maybe they don't. This might be a comment. This comment might be correct. Is maybe they're underranked. Maybe they're not as high profile too. That could have something to do with it. But I just think it's hard to compete with some of these other ones you mentioned, Platone. And then and before we get to corrections, as far as the softball and the pain and all, hey, I'm kind of with you. Like I see a lot of people whining about Texas Tech paying all these players. Hey, if they want to spend that much money on softball, go for it. And you know what? They better win a national championship. If they're spending that much money on softball, can you imagine if they don't win one? I mean, they paying to win. They need to win. And I agree. Somebody put up here, Texas sucks. I'll always say Texas sucks. I'm not saying that. That's not what I was saying. Just call it the best team money you can buy. That's right. Hey, let's get to corrections. Corrections, you're on the line. What's up? Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to call in just in case I don't get a chance to tomorrow. Just tell you, Germ, your dad, and everybody in the chat who's dads or future dads, just happy Father's Day tomorrow, and hope everybody gets to just relax, get left alone from the kids a little bit, and maybe get a Sunday nap in and just enjoy a day. Us guys, we don't ask for much. We work our tails off for our families, and maybe just one day a year we just get to kind of relax for a day, and that's it. So.
That's right, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Hey, well said, corrections. And thank you for that. Appreciate it, man. It's Father's Day is a great day. And I hope everybody does get to celebrate it, do something they want to do for themselves, whatever it may be with family or whatever. But yeah, thanks, corrections, for calling in. I appreciate that. And for you saying that. Barbecue or bust tomorrow, Benjamin says. You know what could have made tomorrow a better Father's Day? Was if the Thunder were playing tomorrow night. That could have been elite. A lot of Oklahoma kids moved down south to North Dallas. That's Jay. Great point, Zias. Great comment. A lot of them do with the transfer now. A lot of them do transfer out. That's a great point. I see Insured on here, and big win by LSU baseball, by the way, beating Arkansas 4-1. That really, I tell you, College World Series, your first game. I hate to say it, but it makes or breaks the World Series for you. You lose that first game, it's hard to come back all the way up. Arkansas could do it, but you're going to have to go through LSU probably. So that big win for LSU. I think it sucks if they don't reseed. I know people will disagree with me on this. Reseed the College World Series, softball and baseball. I'm sorry. You look at the World Series. You have LSU and Arkansas in game one. In game one, there's no reason for that. I'm sorry, there's no reason for it. They need to fix that. I know people will disagree with that. Hey, Senior Cowboy, birthday is Tuesday. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? OU and OKC in the same year. Can you imagine? Yeah, thanks, corrections. Appreciate it. Omaha's lost. A lot of people around here had the Omaha shirts on all day today, getting ready for the game. And it's a big baseball town over here. over here near the campus, man. They love their baseball, but didn't get it done today. Couldn't get the bats going. There was a comment up here I was going to get to. See if I can find it. Sorry, I'm going to find it here. Yeah, Louisiana is serious. The Booster Campbell. Yeah. Hey, Randy, I think you're right about this. I think Big 12 wise, they're going to. Okay, let me ask this question. In the next 4 years, does Texas Tech make a football playoff? I say yes. Who would say yes to that? And who would say no? In the next, let's go 3 years. 3 years, does Texas Tech make the college football playoff? I say yes. I say they do. I like their coach a lot. I like what they're doing. They were really good in the portal this past season. I think they're serious. But I say yes. Teresa says yes. Thanks, Rennie. That's a good comment. See what everybody else says. But yeah, I mean, I think they do. And Chuck, I saw this comment. Hey, I see what you're saying, Chuck. I'm not saying don't. You can do whatever you want to do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I think some people are more concerned about that than what their whole point of watching a team and cheering for a team is. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you are literally watching a game, worried that your team's losing because what you have to deal with afterwards. Hey, I in high school, I had a bunch of Texas fans. I had OSU fans. And there were times where I was worried if OU lost, I'd have to go face those guys. And I don't care anymore. It just doesn't bother me. Bring it on. And by the way, Texas sucks. I mean, what time is it right now? 10:22, and Texas still sucks. I mean, I don't like Texas. Never have. Doesn't mean I'm going to let them bother me is all I'm saying. By the way, Texas had a big recruiting weekend today. OU has it next weekend. Next weekend is going to be a huge weekend for Oklahoma. With the June 20th Champ U, the barbecue, you have Thunder, could be world champions at that point. So I saw no for Tech from Soonerthron. 10-2 Texas Tech gets in. I see Texas Tech versus OU in the playoff game this season. Wow, look at that hot take. Yeah, 918 agrees that he thinks they could. Yeah, so there you go. Well, guys, gals, it's been fun. Appreciate you joining me tonight. A couple more comments here before I close. Tech put a lot of money into football recruiting last year. Yeah, sold his business. Yeah, they're pushing money out. They are. Hey, Peter's got my back. Appreciate it, Peter. Oh man, when I was in high school, Soonerthron, it was the mid-90s, bro. Mid-90s. And yeah, they stunk those years. It was bad years for Oklahoma. I remember having to deal with a lot of backlash from other fans because it was bad. Jenna, have a good Father's Day, and the fathers in the chat room. Thanks, Jen. That's a great way to end it. Hey, appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Appreciate the chat. You guys kept it going. Couldn't have done it without you. Appreciate it. Everybody have a great Father's Day and a great Sunday. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same time, same place, same channel, 9:30. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one.